It's Morning Coffee, TALTOA. Good morning. My name is Mike. I'm your host. Like I said, this is Morning Coffee with TALTOA. We do it every Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Time. You're invited to join us. Go back and listen to the previous Morning Coffees. Saturday and Sunday, we take it off. Don't forget, too, over on our TALTOA channel, you'll find that on YouTube. You'll find it at youtube.com/TALTOA. Every few days, we're posting a new feature on our channel, TALTOA, and that is called A Few Minutes with TALTOA. We're talking about different topics in the morning that concerns transportation. I think the other day we went over, what did we go over? Taxes? Believe so. No, we went over the 72-hour road check in detail. Coming up on one of the A Few Minutes with TALTOA, we're going to be talking about double brokering. That's an issue, and you need to be prepared for it if you're a broker or a trucking company, but you'll be able to find that on the TALTOA YouTube channel, youtube.com/TALTOA. Also, you may be watching Morning Coffee with TALTOA on YouTube, but keep in mind, too, it's a podcast as well. A Few Minutes with TALTOA, that's going to turn into a podcast here in the next couple of weeks, I would imagine. And you'll be able to find it on your favorite podcasting app. We do a podcast, full-length podcast, that you can see on YouTube, as well as on your favorite podcasting app, hear the audio. So whichever. I went blank there for a minute because I'm thinking we're going to move that camera, get it more over a little bit. We're unable to right now because there's nothing to place it on, but we'll get it moved. Anyway, what is going on? Big plans for the weekend. Going to be nice around here. But what are we talking about today as far as topic goes? We're going to be talking about, well, if you're a client, you've heard me say this time and time and time again, a freight broker is probably the most misused tool in the transportation industry. Now, why do I say that? Because so often, brokers are used as a dispatch service instead of what they're really meant for. We're here to assist trucking companies, obviously, no matter if it's a backhaul, head haul, whatever, to help them get loads if they can't get a load. And usually they're not able to get a load simply because they have no clients in the area that they can get loads from. Now, if you're a trucking company, you're set up properly, operating properly, what you're going to be doing is setting up accounts, your customers direct near your home base, your base of operation. You know, usually within a 200-mile radius, you don't want to go too stupid on that. You know, you want to be able to, when you got a deadhead or get to them, you want them close by. And, the closer the better, obviously. You're going to go in, sit down with those potential customers. You're going to hammer out a contract. That contract, you are going to hammer out the rates, your line haul. You're going to hammer out the fuel surcharge. You're going to hammer out all the accessorials, such as detention time, TARP pay, extra stop pay, things of that nature. See what I mean? You're going to be making the most money from your own customer. The nice thing about having your own customers, there is no broker, there is no dispatch service taking money off the top. Everything you make goes directly to you. Now, you may be saying, well, I can't wait 30 days to get my money. That's where the factoring company comes in. Because with a trucking company, now you'll hear me say this over and over and again, if you're a broker, stay away from factoring companies. They're eating up your profit. You can't afford it. Okay. If you're a trucking company, sure, you need to get your money quicker. Unless you have special arrangements with that customer, you'll probably be factoring those invoices. But you got to be careful. You got to read that fine print. In a contract with the factoring company. Make sure you can get out of it pretty easily. Because at some point in the future, you're going to want to direct bill that customer. Now, the reason I'm even bringing this up about a factoring company, because there's two types of factoring. Recoverable, unrecoverable. What is the difference? Well, brokers usually get recoverable. In other words, if their customer does not pay the factoring company, they are responsible for the whole amount, the full amount that they're their customer didn't pay. However, with a trucking company, more times than not, it's going to be unrecoverable, meaning they cannot come back on you as a trucking company and get a payment. See? So that's advantageous to you. So if the customer doesn't pay them, well, they have no recourse on you. You get your money. You're just not going to get the balance, whatever that may be. Usually, a lot of these factoring companies, what they do, they'll pay 85, 90% up front once you pick up the loan and pay the balance when your customer has paid them minus their fees. So keep that in mind. Now, you've got your own customer, you've got a load, maybe it's going, I always use this as an example. You've got a load going from, say, Dallas to Atlanta, Georgia. That's from your own customer. You get to Atlanta, you get unloaded. What do you want to do? Well, you want to get back to Dallas as quick as you can. Pick up one of your customer direct loads where you're making 100% of the load. No fees coming out. If you're using a factoring company, obviously. And to be honest with you, you're much better off going to your bank, seeing if you can get a line of credit. Okay. But if you got to use a factoring company as a carrier, sure. So you're in Georgia. You want to get back to Texas as quick as you can so you can service your own customer. You can't get back time. And the sooner you get that truck back to Texas, you'll be able to pick up another load, high-paying load for your own truck quicker. And you're going to give your customer better customer service because you're picking up more of their outbound traffic. See what I mean? That's how a broker is supposed to be used for the backhaul. So when the truck gets empty in Atlanta, they're calling a broker for the convenience of getting their truck reloaded and back to Texas as quick as they can. See what I mean? That's how a broker is supposed to be used. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, no, you can't use broker any other ways. Of course you can. Of course you can. It's just as a trucking company, you should have your own customers. Now, with that said, if you're unsure of how to get your own customers, it's just like a freight broker. You're going to get your customers just like a freight broker. You got to make a sales call, got to get set up with that company, get put on their list. Now, the nice thing about it, well, if you take a look at our website at TALTOA.com, TALTOA.com, all of our training and consulting packages include training for becoming a freight broker agent. Now, as a trucking company, you may not be thinking anything, well, I don't want to be a freight broker. Well, you may not yet, but I promise you, you will. It's going to be an additional stream of revenue, plus you're going to be able to use your brokerage to be able to build your customer base for your own trucking company. So as your customers make loads available to you, if you don't want to haul them, you can broker them. You see what I'm saying? You can broker them to other trucking companies. Maybe your truck's not available when a load comes in. You can broker that load and make money off that load. Otherwise, you're going to be saying no and not making anything off that load. See what I mean? But you're going to be able to set up customers direct for your trucking company as well as the brokerage at the same time. Hope that makes sense. Matter of fact, if you've got any questions about that, call me, 479-668-0838. My name is Mike. I'm the lead consultant at TALTOA. Be happy to talk to you about it. Visit our website, TALTOA.com. All right, we'll be back Monday. Go have a great weekend, unless, of course, you've made other plans. See you later. Bye-bye.